łudźnika.
Gateway Immortal to push it back before it gets into position. Classic is trying to rush out Psystorm and cut it and keeping his army a little bit smaller as a result, but using that AoE damage to push the Zerg back. Neither have been successful yet in this tournament versus Zerg, but soO is one win away from knocking Patience out.
Yeah, let's see if soO can close it out here on Dust Towers, or is Patience going to force a game number 3? Welcome to game number 2 of this PVZ that we do have here in the loser's bracket. Up in the top right in the red, the Zerg player, it is soO.
And his opponent in the bottom in blue is Patience. Dead Pixels.
We got a pretty funny build going on here. soO is going to expand to, of course, the outside natural of Patience here. Gonna look to put on some pressure.
Yeah, now, this was something that soO was very famous for doing in Heart of the Swarm. In fact, also teaching, Katz taught him a lot of these builds, and he and Katz actually worked together. Katz is, for those who don't know, a very famous North American Zerg pro and owner of Root Gaming, which is also popular. Oh, he doesn't see it. But anyway, these guys work together on a lot of these builds, and this may even be Katz's influence. But soO is very well known for doing this, but unfortunately for Patience, he doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't see it. And
yeah, he's going to have to wait for that probe to get all the way across the map and scout both the bases and say, hey, you're missing something here. What's going on exactly? And in fact, that drone goes all the way around the probe's path, does not get spotted. It's probably going to use that for a spine or to set up something over at this base.
I think it's definitely going to be a spine. I think you're right on the money. And he's going to try to spine push. He's going to get a queen out here ASAP at this base so he can push the creep up. Then he's going to start poking at that wall on top of the ramp. He's abusing the fact that almost every Protoss player is making that wall on top of the ramp.
Oh, that's a pretty big mistake. Didn't want to lose that probe. Wanted to delay those Zerglings or at least stick around for some scouting. Now he knows because he sees the creep.
Yep.
This is when the panic sets in, Wolf.
That's right, and many pro gamers have fallen to soO doing this. Biel has done this in many famous Pro League matches. It's quite a tough build to stop if you don't see it early, and even if you do see it early, it can be very difficult. Now he's going to use these Overlords to get vision. The 2 spines are going to fish, and they're going to actually move in to stop this wall off. Now 8lings are on the way, Speed's almost on the way. If he breaks through that wall, the only thing stopping him, I mean, I can't even believe Patience is making a robo right now. I guess he thinks Immortals are going to bust down the spines, but he's got a bigger problem. He needs sentries and he needs a tight wall off behind this.
Well, he's going to try to wall it off here, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to make a pseudo wall with some gateways, not going to fully wall off that ramp.
The creep came right before he could make the second gateway, so he couldn't even wall it if he wanted to. Now he just can't even wall. It's not possible.
Well, he's going to give it a shot, and here we go. Some lings running in. If you have one overcharge coming down.
If he loses that Cyber Core before Warp Gate finishes, he's going to be in a world of hurt. Meanwhile, these lings coming into the main base, getting into the natural.
Yeah, just trying to group up here. Possibly going to be able to get into this mineral line now. The Stalker and the Mothership Core are out of position. We're trying to chase these lings. So now beginning to do a bit of poke damage to this mineral line, delay a lot of mining, and all the while...
I forgot the Evolution Chamber came up. He's just going to drop lings into the main now, wall or not. It doesn't even matter if he has drop or not. You can just walk in. But I guess he's going to get some style points here for dropping the lings to the back door. Down goes the core. Warp Gate research did finish, which is important.
There's the drop and trying to go for this Nexus. There are a couple of Stalkers out, and these Immortals are trying to get Chrono Boosted out as well.
Yep, the Immortals definitely going to be helpful versus these Spine Crawlers, but not as useful versus the Lings. More and more links being sent out here. soO's actually supply blocked right now.
Oh, he's going to try to go for her. No, he's just going to run away. He's actually buying time for those Overlords to get out. Now he's just going to go back to the protection of the Spine Crawlers and the Queen.
Yeah, wouldn't even be surprised if we see more Spine Crawlers being added. Now that he doesn't have anywhere to fall back to, he will fight.
This is the surround he was looking for, and it looks like actually Patience is going to be able to kill off all of these slings, and the Immortal survives. Maybe a bit of a misstep there.
Slings?
I'm not sure. They all just melted there.
They all seem to stop moving, which leads me to believe he may have just danced his lings.
Well, he's definitely going for a style build here regardless.
I sure hope he didn't do that, but I mean, I think he's still massively ahead. The problem is that he lost all momentum there, right?
Well,
he's unpowered
all the gateways. That Immortal just barely is going to get repowered and is going to come out.
Well, it looks like dance or no dance. This is going to be almost impossible for Patience to recover from. He's down now to 21 probes. Again, he's ahead in probes, but doesn't have much production here, and he can't control or mine from his natural, which is nearly dead. I think soO should probably try to kill that Nexus. Fighting this army isn't getting him anywhere. That Nexus is still alive, and if he holds this off, he can just simply, you know, start mining from it. I think he just did another drop back there, though. Oh, that Immortal's so low, using the barrier.
He's going to go in the barrier. It does go down. And now he's going to be able to get that sentry. Is going to smartly pull back this time. Wait for some more links to come and regroup.
I saw he dropped in the back. Okay, he did. He just didn't send his links over there. Now you can see on the minimap, they're actually killing that Nexus back there. So important to keep that Immortal alive as long as he can. And that Spine actually 1v1ing a Stalker will finally maybe go down. He transfuses. Here come all the links. Barrier again on these Immortals, plus the overcharge on that pylon.
He's trying to go for it, though. The barrier is down. Now the probes come off the line, trying to save this Immortal, and it does! And he's going to have to back off again.
I think he might be able to get that Spine now. 1 or 2 shots. There you go. Probes off the line here as well, continue to help fight. And also that Nexus is still alive. He sends more units down there now to maybe try to finish it off. It's still hanging in there.
Yeah, we do see the 3 Immortals coming down. Should be able to defend it. Is going to try to fly away there in the Overlord. And should be successful there.
1 or 2 more Lings actually coming to grab another probe. Small victory here. But with another Warp Gate joining the fray and more Immortals, soO's chances of victory have slimmed significantly. He still has control of this base, but he doesn't have a Spine up anymore. He's continuing to drop. And if he didn't have drop, this game would be very different right now. He's trying to snipe this Nexus, and I think he may just barely get it.
Looks like he should be able to get it this time. Nice little micro in here. There's not enough Protoss units, and down it goes. Still, though, 4 Immortals are out here. Some Lings. He's hesitating. They're not going to be able to get any kills, and is just going to have to let go of that natural hatchery.
Oh, he might try to go for the surround here, but with so many barriers and a few Zealots, this might not actually work out for him. More Zealots coming down. Immortals still have a lot of shields, but he's getting them down low.
Barriers are all down. 2 Immortals do go down. Yep. He's going to back off, but 2 Immortals is a nice trade there. They're now both on one base. Going to try to snipe another one while the barrier is down.
Yeah, and I think he will get one more.
Some more Lings are coming in. He's trying to snipe it.
Great control by Patience. Oh my god.
And he gets it.
And you know what? soO is now on one base. He's got pure Ling. The Warp Prism's coming out. He didn't hold that Nexus, but he might not need it. And soO is, I'm starting to worry for him here. He's going to lose this upgraded Overlord. And
yeah, not sure what soO can do from this point, to be honest.
He could start a hatch, which he's doing.
He is doing that, but I'm not sure Patience is going to give him the time.
All he really has to do, Patience, is make Zealot Immortal and walk across the map. He's going to go for it. He's going to put a sentry in here, so if he force fields these Lings out, that could be disastrous.
soO going for a bit of a spread, trying to mirror the Warp Prism and wait for it to drop.
Both of these players are almost mined out, so the second base is going to be the most important thing. As you can see, soO is actually realizing first and long distance mining, which I think Patience should be doing now as well because he's not efficient. Killing this Evo Chamber would be kind of cool because it would stop more Overlords from being cocooned, but just going to deny mining for now. Focusing down the structure at this point in the game would be very difficult. Forcing the Lings home.
He's trying to snipe that Queen. I'm not sure if he's going to get it.
Doesn't look like it, at least not right now. Ooh, a misclick on the Zealot too. If he kills the queen, that's a lot of lost injects. It's his only queen.
Yeah, and now soO's going for another hatchery. Kind of interesting. The push is coming across the map right now, and he still only has Lings with speed, but...
If Patience has a wall off at his ramp, he can still get dropped in his natural, so I guess he's not going to bother. But I think moving across the map right now and doing this swinging the hammer type move is absolutely necessary, because if soO gets 3 bases up in roaches, then suddenly this becomes a lot more difficult to actually succeed with. Okay, so Warping and some Adepts, you know, they're going to really supplement this army well.
soO's like, oh, okay, you're attacking. I cannot get a base. And he's going to try to split up, go for a kind of desperate backdoor maneuver with a small amount of Lings, but look at this. He's got a Mothership Core over there, Sentry, should be totally fine. And I don't know how soO's going to deal with that Protoss army in his base.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty challenging, especially because there's 2 sentries here. He didn't wall, as I mentioned. He left the sentry at home, but it's no good if you don't force field for it. And now he's going to have to multitask on both fronts. soO going to run in here. He's got force fields available, a ton of them. He can actually save his Stalkers with some good force fields.
And there he does. Well, a couple of them are on the edges. Even his drones are being pulled right now to try to fight. And in fact, the Lings are starting to push forward, but another warp in.
And good Warp Prism Micro here. soO's down to 31 supply, and his Lings are cleaned up at home.
Roach trying to help out here with the tanking drones, but that's not going to be enough. It does go down.
Pretty embarrassing loss here for soO. GG. I'm pretty sure he did dance his Lings. I might be wrong, but they stopped attacking, so I don't know if he stopped position them or something to be funny, but either way, he had so much momentum. He lost it when he lost those Lings. The Immortals came out, which I was questioning. Protoss OP. I think it's a Classic.
Yeah, Classic.
Classic will be playing a little bit later tonight. But this is the first game that Protoss has beaten Zerg in this tournament. There you go.
There you have it.
That's how Protoss does it.
Off the back of soO going for a very interesting build. Now, I was casting. I didn't notice whether or not the Lings stopped moving or were dancing or whatever. Would love for someone to tweet at one of us, Brenda Valdez and Proxy Wolf, to let us know, someone who's looking a little bit closer.